Just about to head into work. I wanted to share a message for 2023 for a lot of people who are going to be setting goals. One of the hardest parts is always the mental aspect. This afternoon when I woke up, because I work nights. I work nights and it's my night 4 of 5. I got one more night after tonight at the hospital. And the shifts are kind of long, you kind of never get used to the whole sleeping during the daytime and working at night, etc. And I woke up and I was like, I gotta go to the gym. And you're kind of comfortable, you're still kind of tired. It's cold, especially here in Nebraska. It's pretty cold out, and you're like, I gotta hit the gym. And you kind of go back and forth, and a lot of times this is what happens with a lot of our goals. You're like, what you want to do, but the hard part is the body. The body sometimes doesn't want to go along with the mind. The mind says, I want you to do this. And the body says another thing. Kind of like one of the scriptures that reminds me of is the Apostle Peter. When Jesus was talking about that he was going to die, he knew he was going to die. That was his role and mission in life. Kind of like, Andrew Tate talks about how, first they're going to silence me, they're going to cancel me, and then if that doesn't work, then they're going to kill me. And Jesus knew that his life was going to come to an end abruptly and in a short period of time. And the reason why I bring this up is because Peter didn't like when he said that. And he said, be kind to yourself, Lord. He said, you will not have this destiny. And he said, get behind me, Satan, for you're thinking man's thoughts and not God's thoughts. And sometimes that's how you feel. Sometimes when you start on your journey of making changes, like for example, like weight loss, I experienced this myself on the journey of losing weight. I've lost 17 pounds so far. I've got another 13 to go to get back to my pre-Manhattan weight. When I was living in the city, I was 180 pounds. So I got another 13 pounds or so to go. And sometimes, you're hitting the gym and you think you're doing well and you kind of want to reward yourself, right? You want to be kind to yourself, like the Apostle Peter said, right? When you think of going out there and lifting weights and depriving yourself of food and different sort of luxuries, sometimes you might say to yourself, be kind to yourself. You've worked so hard. Why don't you take a break? I woke up and I remembered what the Apostle Paul said. And because I was not really feeling like going to the gym, and I went to the gym. I do full body. I do full body 3 times a week. And then 2 days a week, I do basically arms, triceps, biceps, shoulders, traps, etc. And then 3 days a week, I do full body. I do legs, then I do back, and then the last thing I do is chest. And I do very little bit of cardio. I control most of my weight loss via exercise and not overeating. Instead of running on the treadmill to lose, 150 calories, I just don't put that 150 calories into my body, and I change my diet where I'm eating more meat. Now, what the Apostle Paul said, which is what motivated me to get up and get to the gym today, was when he said, I pummel my body and I lead it as a slave. And I started to think about that scripture and the vision of what that puts into my mind of someone pulling someone along, right? You don't have a choice when you're a slave, right? Someone is, like in the olden days with, part of the chain gang, right? And that's when you have goals and when you have things that you want to do in life, sometimes that's how it has to be, where your mind has to lead your body like it's a slave, which it is. Your body is a slave to your mind, as they say, things like mind over matter, etc. Because the matter that you're trying to get over via your mind is your body. And so that's what pushes me for my goals for the new year. I've set quite a few goals. Doing the travel nursing was one of them, not having to put experimental things into my body. And it was hard. I was ready to leave the country. I was ready to shove off into Mexico. I had some savings. That was one of the things that the pandemic taught me, was I didn't have enough savings in case something happened and I needed to make moves. I didn't have enough cash. And so I started working a lot and started saving a lot and investing more and being more focused on investing and being a little bit more diligent in picking better companies, and trying to make X amount of dollars every single month, and making sure I'm having that cash flow come in. And so for the new year, we're looking at real estate, right? We're either looking at farmland, we're looking at multifamily homes, etc. But that requires more work, either more work physically or more work mentally on how to achieve those goals. Not everything has to be done physically. Don't have to put in X amount of more hours at the hospital. Maybe I'll have to think differently about how I spend my money, how I invest my money. Maybe it's patience and waiting for the right opportunities and then executing. But the most important thing to keep in mind is what the Apostle Paul said. When your body starts to feel tired, when your body starts to tell you, be kind to yourself, right? Just have that one piece of cake, or stay home from the gym, right? Be kind to yourself. You've been doing so well. You've been going to the gym X amount. You've lost X amount of weight. You're doing so great. You've expanded. You've started to create a business. You've been putting extra hours of overtime wherever you're at. And that opportunity will come to be kind to yourself. And it's important to remember what Paul said. I pummel my body, and I lead it as a slave. Let your mind dictate where your body goes, and your goals for 2023 will be achieved. Anyway, I'm about to head into the hospital. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.